everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a book unhaul. Also, I'm sorry if the camera angle is not level and straight. I tried for like 20 minutes to fix it, but this room is really uneven. That's why a lot of my bookshelves aren't flush together, because the floor is just really old and so it's kind of uneven, but I hope it's good enough. And if it bothers you, I'm really sorry. I tried. So I have 31 books to unhaul today. I have 15 unread books that I'm getting rid of and 16 that I have already read. I recently did a video where I reorganized my TBR bookshelves, which I will link that video down below, but I cleaned and reorganized those shelves. So I did manage to get rid of some books off of my physical TBR. And for all of these shelves, I kind of just quickly went through them and got rid of stuff that jumped out at me that I don't want to reread or I didn't really like and that I just don't need. So I'm going to get rid of 16 of those ones. I think around the summertime, I'm going to go through these bookshelves again and really go through them and get rid of more, because I don't have any more room left. I have filled the final shelf in this book room, so I don't have any extra space anymore. So I really do need to thoroughly go through all these shelves, and I think I will film a video of that sometime in the summer. I just quickly went through them a couple days ago. Obviously I didn't film that, but I just wanted to get rid of things that I didn't really think about. The next time I go through them, I'm really gonna have to think about what I want to get rid of. And all of these books I'm either going to give to family members or some of my coworkers I know read, so I might give some of them to them if they want any, and the rest I'll just donate to a thrift store. I don't think I have any ARCs in here. Obviously, if I do have ARCs, those will be gifted to people, not donated, of course. Also, I'm looking over here because my pile is down here. I have it on my like old TBR cart thing. But let's get on to the unhaul. So I think I'm gonna start with my unread books first. And obviously for most of these unread books, I just don't have an interest in them anymore. I just don't want to read them. I'm trying to be more selective about my reading, especially physical books, and I don't want to be reading 3-star books anymore. I really want to try to read 4- and 5-star books, and most of these I feel like will be 3 stars for me, so there's no point in me keeping them. I might as well just give them to somebody who would hopefully enjoy them more than I would. I have a couple of mass market paperbacks that I'm getting rid of. So the first one is The Wedding Date Disaster by Avery Flynn. This honestly was never really on my radar. I do believe I was given this by Entangled and I just never got around to reading it. I believe this is hate to love and the two characters hook up at a wedding. I don't think I've read anything by Avery Flynn, but this one just I'm not really interested in. Same with His Scandalous Kiss by Sophie Barnes. This was a book I bought from Book Outlet a couple years ago and I still have not read it. Same with A Lady in Disguise by Lindsay Sands. I really love historical romance, but I feel like I'm very picky with it, and I'm trying to read more authors that I've already read from that I enjoy, like Lisa Kleypas, Tessa Dare, and there's some other ones that I want to get into more than these. Same with Chasing Lady Amelia by Maya Rodale. These were just Book Outlet purchases from back in the day and I still haven't read them, so I might as well part ways with them. Special Topics in Calamity Physics by, is it Marisha Pessel? I've had this for a very, very long time. I had read the Night film and loved it, and so I immediately wanted to read her other book, but sadly as time has gone on, I'm just not interested in this anymore. I think I'm sorry if you can hear Blue running around. She has the zoomies right now. I think this does have a slight mystery element, which is obviously what I really loved about the Night film, but I don't think I'm gonna read this, so I might as well get rid of it. I'm getting rid of Meet Cute, which is a YA anthology by a bunch of different authors. We have Jennifer L. Armentrout, Danielle Clayton, Katie Cotugno, Jocelyn Davies, Huntley Fitzpatrick, Nina LaCour, Emery Lord, Catherine McGee, Cass Morgan, Julie Murphy, Meredith Russo, Sarah Shepard, Nicola Yoon, and I.B. Zaboy. I tried to read this years ago when it first came out, and I am not a short story type of person. I would rather read a really long book about characters and be able to spend time with them. Short stories and novellas just don't satisfy me anymore, so I'm never gonna read this. I'm getting rid of The Lost City by Amanda Hocking. This pains me to get rid of this because this is set in the same world as her two other series that I've really loved. The Trill series and then the... I don't know what the other series is called, but I really enjoyed both of those trilogies set in like the same world, and I thought I would really love this, but I started it and I was not enjoying it. So I am going to get rid of this, sadly. The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I read 46 pages of this and I just wasn't enjoying it. I do remember people saying that it was very different and not like your typical romance because they kind of communicate through letters and like notes because they're roommates, but they both are in the same apartment at different times of the day, so they never really interact. And I just am not a letters type of romance reader. I find letter romances very boring. I also just was not enjoying the writing style, so it's gotta go. Then I'm getting rid of 2 Lisa Renee Jones books. I'm getting rid of Escaping Reality, the first book in The Secret Life of Amy Benson, and then I'm getting rid of White Lies. I bought these both because they are Passionflix adaptations. Well, White Lies still has yet to be adapted, but they do have the rights for it. So I bought these for my Passionflix videos. However, I am no longer doing Passionflix videos on every single Passionflix project, so I'm only doing select ones that I am personally interested in or ones that I want to read and watch and make a video on, and these are sadly not ones that I want to do. I think The Secret Life of Amy Benson already has like 2 seasons out, and I just am not really interested in Lisa Renee Jones. I read some of her books years ago and did not enjoy them, so I'm gonna get rid of these, and I'm kind of glad that I'm getting rid of them because, you know, I don't really want to read books that I'm not fully interested in just to film a video when I'm probably gonna give these 2 stars. So I am getting rid of them. I'm also getting rid of my Rebecca Yarros books that I have. So The Things We Leave Unfinished and Great and Precious Things. I actually recently bought Great and Precious Things. I think I bought it last year sometime. I'm getting rid of these for personal reasons that I don't feel like sharing, but I'm going to just pass on these. I have read a lot of Rebecca's books in the past. I've obviously read Fourth Wing, and I have read her other series. I forget what it's called. Oh, the Flight and Glory series, which I did enjoy back in the day, but I don't want to read these, so I'm gonna get rid of them. I've owned New Orleans Rush by Kelly Siskind for years. I feel like I've owned this for probably like 8 years, and I am finally getting rid of this. I just don't think I'm gonna enjoy it. I believe back in the day I had seen some positive reviews, and I mean, it is blurbed by Helen Huang, who wrote The Kiss Quotient, but it just looks like it's gonna be a 3-star read for me. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't seem like it's gonna be fully my thing. I believe this follows just like a magic show, a magician, and I'm not really into that, so I'm gonna pass this one on. Then I'm gonna get rid of The Marriage Game by Sarah Desai. This one I was debating whether I should keep or not. It is in third person, and you know, not the biggest fan of that. Has to depend on the book. A high-stakes wager pits an inspiring entrepreneur against a ruthless CEO. I do remember hearing good things about this as well, but you know, I'm probably just not gonna read it, so I might as well get rid of it. Same with A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee. I don't particularly love romances surrounding chefs or cooks or restaurants. There's obviously the odd case, for example, The 7-Year Slip, but there's a lot more going on in that book. But I just don't really enjoy like food-related romances. I find them kind of boring. And both characters are like heavily involved in that business, so I just don't think I would enjoy it. Now onto the 16 books that I have already read. So the first 3 I'm getting rid of are the 50 Shades of Grey series by E.L. James. I'm getting rid of these copies because I do have 2 editions. So I have these ones and then I have the movie tie-in covers. And I've decided I don't love this series that much to keep 2 editions. So I'm going to get rid of the like original normal covers, I guess. I am going to keep my movie tie-ins because I feel like those ones are more rare and those ones are a little bit more special because I really do love the movies. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm getting rid of The Orphan Queen by Jodi Meadows. This is a YA fantasy. I read this years ago. I somewhat enjoyed it, but I never continued this series. I don't even remember if it was supposed to be a duology or a trilogy. I clearly didn't love it enough to continue, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Then I'm getting rid of All in Pieces by Suzanne Young. This, I believe, was somewhat of a mystery, or maybe not. I don't remember a single thing about this, so I'm going to get rid of it. 2 other YA contemporaries I'm parting ways with are Something in Between by Melissa de la Cruz and Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I don't remember a single thing about these books. I know that Love and Gelato is a Netflix movie, I think, which I haven't watched. Don't really have an interest in watching it either. I read a lot of YA contemporary back in the day, and some of them I really, really loved, and others just never really stuck with me. So I'm going to give these to somebody who would probably enjoy them more. I have a couple romances I'm getting rid of. The first one is Confess by Colleen Hoover. I obviously read a lot of Colleen Hoover back in the day, and there were times where I did feel pressured to really enjoy her books and to really give them high ratings. This was definitely one of them. I really don't remember enjoying this. I think I did give it like a 4 or a 5-star rating, but I was lying to myself because I didn't like this one. This is like one of my least favorites by her. I just did not connect to the characters or the romance, and I'm never gonna reread it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm getting rid of 3 Passionflix books that I read for videos that I didn't really love. So I'm getting rid of The Matchmaker's Playbook by Rachel Van Dyken. I think I gave the book 2 or 3 stars, and I don't remember how I felt about the movie, to be honest, but I'm never going to reread it. And if I did want to reread it, I would just watch the movie because the movie is like the same thing. So I'm going to get rid of this one, as well as Dirty Sexy Saints by Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde. Kind of same situation. If I want to go back to the story, I will just watch the movie. And same with Hollywood Dirt by Alessandra Torr. This was like the first Passionflix movie, which was very exciting, and I didn't love the book nor the movie. Obviously, it was my intro to Passionflix, which was fun, but I am never going to reread these. And if I want to go back to the stories, like I said, I will just watch the movies instead. I'm getting rid of Boys of Summer by Jessica Brody. I don't remember a single thing about this book, and I think I've just kept it because the cover is really pretty, but it never stuck with me, and I'm not going to reread it. The Lovely Reckless by Cami Garcia. This is also another one I don't remember anything about, and I have a habit of keeping old YA books in case that I want to reread them to see if I'll feel differently about it when I first read it. And this is one that I have held on to for that reason. I need to be honest with myself. I'm never going to reread it, so let's just get rid of it. The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. I remember reading this book and not understanding a single thing about it. I read this book and just everything flew over my head. It was kind of like magical realism, and I just did not understand a single thing about this book. I read 4 books by Emily Henry, and the only one I've really enjoyed is A Million Junes, which is another of her YA books. She's just not really an author for me, so I don't need to hold on to this because I will not reread it. I'm getting rid of The Weight of Feathers by Anna Marie McLemore. This is also kind of another book that I didn't really fully understand. It had that magical realism aspect. I think it was supposed to be kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type of book where both families are rivals. I read Wild Beauty by this author, and that one I actually understood and really enjoyed. So that one I'm going to keep, but I'm going to part ways with this one. And the last book I'm getting rid of is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. I read this years ago, I think back in like 2017 or 2018, and I do remember enjoying it, I'm pretty sure. I think I might have given it like 3 or 4 stars, but again, it's not something I'm going to reread, and I am very selective about my YA reads nowadays. It has to be like something I'm very interested in to read and keep. So this will be going to another home. So that was it for my big book unhaul. Let me know if you have read any of the books that I'm getting rid of and what you thought of them. Like I said, I'm planning to do another reorganization of these bookshelves. I probably have another 20 to 30 books to get rid of, so that will probably happen more towards the summer or early fall. But let me know any books that you've gotten rid of recently. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.